Hello, friends. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Hanky Law. Hanky Law likes solving your problems when they happen, but loves anticipating them so they don't. They provide real people with real solutions to help get your life moving forward. Hanky Law provides criminal defense, family law, personal injury, and civil law. Listen, the legal system can be intimidating and scary. If you find yourself in the legal system, it's important to have lawyers who can explain the process, navigate the legal system, and protect your rights. Hanky Law's experienced attorneys use their knowledge to skillfully defend their clients. Maybe your family is needing representation during a stressful or emotional event. Hanky Law can help. Hanky Law is comprised of Blake and Kelsey Hanky with a family of their own, so you can trust they understand the value of keeping the best interests of you, your finances, your future, and the long-term interests of your children in mind. If you are needing legal help in North Dakota or Minnesota, go to hankyjustice.com or call 701-746-4529. Hanky Law, counselors and attorneys at law.
Welcome to the Cloud Surfing Podcast.
So how much you have to spend? How much money for this?
Something like $300.
To hug a panda.
Yeah, you get to spend like a minute with it.
And this panda's just chilling on the couch.
Yes.
Oh, you have to wear gloves and stuff though. Is he eating a Pop-Tart? What does he have there?
Some sort of
graham cracker.
Bamboo maybe.
Oh my god. Pandas are always just a fucking disaster. Why, like, he's sitting down, he's just struggling to sit down. Oh, and she's done already?
Yeah, that's all. Like $300 for.
Oh, that's not cool. $300 for that?
Yeah.
I don't know, every time you see a video of those, they always seem like they're in a fucking chaotic mood.
I don't know, there's some of them that are just like, why?
While we're looking these up, why don't you introduce yourself for everyone?
I'm Briar. I like to travel. I'm here to talk about my experiences and what I've all seen and how traveling to different places around the world has impacted me and why I love what I do. So
what video is this? Panda Base is a non-profit research center and breeding facilities for giant red pandas. Oh, there's two different types of pandas. Okay, I didn't know that.
I think the red pandas are almost extinct.
Sad face. Sounds about right, though.
Okay, sorry.
$330?
Yeah.
A minimum donation, quote unquote. That's not a donation if you're paying. Oh, they're just covering them in butter?
No, I think that's like
honey?
syrup.
Just so he keeps licking himself and doesn't eat the person? Oh my golly. That's a red panda for sure.
No, I don't think so.
That one's not giant.
I thought red pandas were like red and white.
Well, those do look pretty red, kinda.
Okay, so it is honey that they're eating.
Oh my god, and he's reaching all out. I need honey. Oh, that is adorable.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like, have you ever got like honey in your hair?
Yeah, but
you
know, it's put honey in that panda's hair, or you get your face ripped off.
Ooh.
You know,
Yeah, that's
it's kind of one of those gambles you take.
Do you think like
I would take those gloves off immediately. I would want to feel the panda. I would want to snuggle the panda. I would want to be up inside the panda's fur.
All right, but if you think about it, all right, so they're paying $330 per person minimum.
Yep.
And you have like a family of 4, you're like spending $1,000.
Well, if you haven't noticed, everyone here so far has been white, and they look like they definitely have a little bit of cash. So I don't think they're too worried about it.
Yeah, but if you saw where this was in China, this is like totally remote.
This is China?
Yeah, This is China.
Commie fucks. Yeah, that was cool. So you just got back from where?
I just got back from Amsterdam. About like an hour ago, if that.
How was that?
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
You say you aren't jet lagged, but you still seem jet lagged to me.
No. So, this is why I'm not jet lagged. So there's these seats called Delta One, and in Delta One you can turn your bed, like your seat, into a bed, and you got this TV that's about the size of a regular computer screen, and you can play games, watch movies, check out your flight, watch TV, and when they feed you like right as soon as you take off, and they feed you like a 5-course meal. So on the way there, give you.
What'd you get? Was it a chef on board, or did they take off with stuff on there?
I think they like when we were boarding, they were packaging the plane right up. So
there's no chef.
There was no chef.
Okay.
Not like that Emirates flight where they have a chef on board. It was pretty cool, but it still wasn't bad. So they first gave us like warm nuts. But when you board first, they ask if you want any like champagne or anything wine as you're boarding. That's your pre-flight drink, which is not bad. And then
which is not bad, yeah, no shit.
And then you get in there, you get to like starting to cruise at your cruising altitude. They give you warm nuts. They ask you what you want to eat. So I got chicken with like red sauce and Parmesan cheese on it.
Nice.
So then they brought out a salad, some trout, tomato basil soup, and then they gave out the course meal, and then they followed up with this big ice cream sundae.
Nice.
And you can get chocolate, caramel, strawberry, nuts, whipped cream. It's like 3 big scoops of ice cream. And then at that time, you're like ready for a long nap. Like you're already full.
So how long is the flight to Amsterdam?
On the way there, it was about like 7 hours. On the way back, it was more like 9.
Yep.
We had a big headwind, so we struggled. But
well, the jet stream is going the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, just the planet rotates a certain direction, which automatically makes you. You know, that's just how that works.
It was pretty cool though. And then, so you go to bed. They have these, like the weighted comforters.
Yep.
It kind of feels like that. So
we have one of those. Well, I shouldn't say we, but there is one in this house.
Yeah, they have kind of something like that. It's a little bit heavier, so it like hugs you.
Yep.
And you go right out. So then you wake up, and you can either get like oatmeal, or you can get like this quiche stuff for breakfast,
quiche?
or like eggs and like a baked little thing. I don't know. Or yeah, I think it's called quiche.
It might be. I've never had quiche. If I have, I don't remember.
Yeah, but that's when we got that right before we landed. So we left here around 7:40 p.m. But before we left, we hit up an escape lounge in Minneapolis and ate a crap ton of food there.
An escape lounge?
Yeah.
What is an escape lounge?
So escape lounge is like food on top of food. So they have like a buffet of different foods around, like little snack hors d'oeuvres, and then they have like little. They have soup, and I don't know, like they had these little containers with beef tips and stuff like that. And they have a whole bunch of drinks you can drink for free, and like soft drinks, and a whole bunch of like desserts.
Nice.
Which I tackled. They have these mini apple pies. I think I ate like 3 of them. But when we got to Amsterdam, we got there around 10. So we got there Friday morning, and we had the whole day to do whatever.
Nice.
And it was pretty cool.
What'd you do what was the first thing you did when you got there?
First thing, we had to go through customs, and the sign said 5 to 15 minutes, but it took more like 45.
Yep.
Because the people at border control there, they just ask you what you're doing, and they try to have a conversation with you. They don't care what you're bringing into the country. They just ask what you're doing there, which is pretty different. But,
is that your first time doing that?
Yeah, first time to Europe. But
have you ever gone through customs before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. No, European customs is way different.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Mexico is probably the worst.
I've never been to Mexico.
Oh man, it's crazy. You think it?
I'm not trying to go right now either until they get that cartel shit under control down there.
I remember when I went there when I was like 9, and I was scared because when we got off the plane, there's people there like immediately right there with machine guns.
Yep.
Not like a M16, like a full auto machine gun.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Because if the cartel's rolling, they need to get them out of there.
Yeah, and then I remember that I fell behind from my parents, and I started getting yelled at by these telemarketers.
Really? What do you mean telemarketers?
Not telemarketers, but
just like patrons or just people who are trying to sell you shit?
Yeah, they're trying to sell me like a phone plan, and I didn't understand Spanish at the time.
You're like 9?
Yeah, and they were just yelling about in Spanish. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get kidnapped.
Surprised you didn't.
Oh,
Surprised you haven't been kidnapped yet, honestly.
Dude, like my mom said, they would just return me.
So tell me more about Amsterdam.
It's like a free country there. Everybody's so chill. I think I've only seen like one argument. I didn't see any cops. Everybody was just happy. And then, so what? First thing we did when we got there is we found stuff to do. We walked into a grocery store and nothing was in English.
It's all in Dutch.
It's all in Dutch, and it was funny. But what really surprised me the most there is when they didn't accept like MasterCard. Instead of them getting angry at you like a customer service rep would do here,
yep,
they apologized.
Yep.
Like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. And then they were totally cool about it, which I thought was different.
Yeah, it's a different culture over there.
Oh my
gosh.
It's
way different. They aren't dicks.
Right.
No, it's great when Americans leave America and go somewhere else because they're like, oh, we don't actually have that much freedom back in America. That's kind of weird.
For sure.
You're just kind of told that you do.
Right. And that's what I learned. I was like, everybody here doesn't care. Like, the amount of people that are smoking, like, cigarettes, or, like, a lot of people smoke marijuana over there, so they throw, like, their butts on the ground. It's how many people that smoke there, I barely saw any cigarette butts on the ground. Because we were walking back at, like, 11 o'clock at night, and there's people sweeping the streets. And that was so cool.
Yeah.
They take care of the country.
It's weird that, well, number one, they just don't have to be, they aren't living in fear all the time. Like here in America, law is based on fear, you know, like over there, they don't want to put you in jail. They really don't want to. Tell me what you were just telling me in the car about the cops getting in an argument. Like you don't see anything, but you saw someone get in an argument, but you didn't really do anything.
So the one argument that I saw was like 3 mopeds that tried racing each other, and one cut one off. And they're all yelling in Dutch, and then all you hear is someone yell, like, mother effer in English, and I just started laughing. That's the only thing. But on the way back, we were talking to a local, and he goes, yeah, the crime isn't as bad as you guys have it in America, man. And it was so funny, because he was high out of his mind talking to us, and he goes, yeah, we don't have any gun problems or anything, like, you're a coward if you use a gun, so everybody use knives.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he says
knives hurt more. Fuck that.
He goes, most people won't even like do anything like that because with a knife, it's close, so you're gonna have to run fast, and a lot of people will stop you before it even happens. So it's not. He said, with how many people are in the city of Amsterdam, there's barely any crime. They don't want to put you in jail. They'll keep writing you tickets. But after like 8 or so tickets, they'll finally like put you in jail, but they don't want to.
Yeah, no, it's just a cultural thing over there.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Where are the other places you've been?
Turks and Caicos, Guatemala, Mexico, Canada, and then in 2 weeks, I'm probably either going to go to South America or head back to Europe.
Where in Europe?
I want to try to go to Germany.
Nice.
And then, because our original plan was to go to Germany, then drive to Amsterdam. But it didn't work out. But my spring break comes up in 2 weeks, so I'll try to head back over there.
You're going to go over there for the whole week?
I'm going to try. If not, for at least 5 days.
Okay. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Where about in South America?
I want to go to Santiago, Chile.
Nice.
Or Rio, but I don't want to go to Rio alone because of crime.
Go to Colombia.
Colombia.
I'm totally kidding. Don't go to fucking Colombia. Have you ever been to Colombia?
No, but
that's where all the the cocaine production is.
So there's this. I gotta tell you this story about my coworker. They flew out to, where did they go? I can't remember where they went. It was somewhere in South America, and they were hiking on this. They went remote, like no one spoke any English, so they were hiking on this side of the road, and they found these leaves that everybody were eating, so they started eating it, and the person said, "Yeah, as soon as I started eating that, my arthritis was gone and everything." Here it turns out that they were eating cocoa leaves.
Yep.
So
probably over in Amsterdam.
No, this was somewhere in South America. I can't remember where it was.
Yeah. No, cocoa leaves just grow wild.
Yeah, they were eating it and they were gone. They didn't feel anything.
Yeah, it's because you're fucking high as balls on an opiate. Now tell me about Turks and Caicos. What's that like? First of all, where is it? All that other shit.
So Turks and Caicos is about southeast of the southern point of Florida. It's about an hour flight, and it's on the Atlantic side, and it has a part on the Caribbean side, which is really weird. So you can go 5 minutes one way and be in the Atlantic Ocean, and then drive 5 minutes and be in the Pacific Ocean or the Caribbean side.
Damn. Yeah. Why is it called Turks and Caicos? Why don't you know that? Why don't you know the answers to my questions?
Because I'm not as smart as you, dude. You're intelligent.
I am not as smart as I think you think I am. I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
Oh, yeah.
See how I fucked up that sentence? I couldn't even make a sentence happen.
I remember you telling me that I had a 4.0 in high school.
I did not have a 4.0.
Okay, what did you have? 3.95 or something like that?
Doesn't matter.
Still, 0.05.
I don't even remember what it was.
Okay.
Because who cares?
See, you're intelligent. Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. A grade point average doesn't even fucking matter.
That's true. I hate...
I barely even went to school. I just happened to go to a school that didn't really care if we did homework or not. None of it was graded, ever. So you just did well on a test, and that's it.
So why is it called Turks and Caicos?
I don't know. I'm trying to ask you why it's called Turks and Caicos.
Should we Google it?
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, you can Google it if you want. I'm just trying to figure it out. It's got two different words to it. And Caicos. It's like, what did Turks come over to Caicos' house and be like, hey, man, let's get together. This is getting fucking whack. We're neighbors. We're not living in the same home.
I know it's owned by it's a British Virgin Island.
Well, yeah, the British own so much shit. The British also have New Zealand and Australia still. They just lost Canada.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that Canada, like, is recently independent from Britain.
Really?
Yep.
I know that you don't need a visa to go to Hong Kong, but if you go anywhere else in China, you do.
What do you mean?
If you go to Hong Kong...
As an American?
As an American.
Okay.
You do not need a visa.
What do you mean you don't need a visa? You can just walk in and nothing happens
to
you?
You need a passport.
Yeah.
But do you know how usually you have to pay for a visa to go somewhere?
Yeah.
You don't need that there. Only in Hong Kong. Because it was ran by the British at one point.
Well, yeah. Well, they just lost it, like, last year. China, like, recently, not last year, but China just recently took over again.
Really?
Yeah, do you not know what's going on with Hong Kong? Why there's so much turmoil?
I haven't been paying attention to China. I only focus on what interests me, but I probably should before.
What do you mean, what interests me?
Like, where I want to go. China was on my list to go until this whole coronavirus, and then it's like, I'll wait for it.
China hasn't been on my list of places to go ever. Fuck that place.
Japan, on the other hand.
I'll go to Japan.
I'll go to Japan.
After we crushed them in World War II, we just kind of installed our own version of democracy over there. Like, here you go, just make us computers and shit. You'll be cool if you do that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how that happened.
Do you not know how that happened? We fucking atomically bombed them twice.
Did you know? Did you know that when we bombed, was it Nagasaki?
Mm-hmm.
That was on my birthday.
Yeah, nice. August 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Congratulations.
I think that was...
Happy birthday.
That's the only thing I really remember cool about my birthday.
Cool?
Not even, like, cool. But, like, yeah, you know what I mean. Not cool.
An event in history that occurred?
On my birthday.
Oh, my God.
That's what's...
Cool. Like 100,000 people,
cool.
like, vaporized. That was cool, man.
No, man, they're still suffering from that.
No shit.
There's a lot of...
You should go there and look at the shadow of the people that were standing there before, and then like they vaporized, but their shadow's still there.
How does that work?
Because like the flash of light was so fucking intense that it burned everything around the shadow, so that their shadow was left on the ground.
Dang.
Yep. That's how hot it was. That's why, like, when it went off, everyone just melted. That was within a certain radius, but there was a lot of people just died from radiation. Yeah, here, read this. The name Turks is said to derive from a species of indigenous cactus, the Turk's head, whose scarlet, blah, blah, fucking blah. The name Caicos may derive from... So, no, they just put it together, because it's string islands. That's weird. Turks and Caicos. Why not Turks Caicos? Why not the Caicos with Turks on it? Because that would be more what the Turk Caicos. That sounds more right. I don't know what this is. You guys have a weird sounding island. But who the fuck do I know? What's that like? Go down. Tell me about that place.
That was like the best beach I've ever been to. We stayed at a resort, but where we stayed was on the number one most popular or most ranked beach in the world. And when we got there, the water was 80 some degrees, so it felt like you were in a warm bath the whole time.
The ocean water?
Yeah.
Damn.
And it was like 20 feet deep and crystal clear. Like you could drop like a penny, and 20 feet down you could see exactly where the penny was.
So that'd be nice, because then you could see if like there's a giant shark coming to fuck you up. See, that's the part I don't like about swimming in lakes, is that you have no idea what the fuck is under you down there.
Right. No, when I actually had a GoPro out, because I like to make like travel videos and stuff. I was filming and we're just snorkeling, and then this big ass spotted stingray swam right underneath me. Like like 10 feet underneath me. I was like,
Steve Irwin your ass.
Dude, I got out of the water right after. I was like, rubbing my eyes. I'm like, am I like awake right now? Because like that couldn't be real. But we were snorkeling, and you just saw stingray after stingray, and they didn't touch you. They would come up to you, be all friendly and stuff. It was so cool. But we were also snorkeling. There was like these full sand dollars that we got just by ourselves.
Nice.
So we snorkeled down and picked them up. But
did you keep them?
I did.
Nice.
I got one of them, and I got a conch shell too.
Nice.
But that thing like still smells like fish, so I keep it outside. I have to polish that up.
Yeah, bleach it.
I did. I let it sit in bleach for like 20 some hours. Twice.
Kill that shit out of there.
Conch is pretty good raw, but if you cook it, man, it just tastes like rubber.
What do you mean?
So we went on this boat, like snorkeling cruise, and we went on this reef and stuff like that. And then we stopped at this iguana island, and their iguanas are like 2 feet long, right? So they found conch shells, and they cooked us like this conch salsa. And when they cut it up, it was pretty good. So I got it at the airport before we left, like in a burger, and it was so chewy. It was the worst burger I've ever had.
It was the worst burger. That's nice. Shout out worst burger in the world.
Don't eat.
Get them to sign, people. World's best burger. And just get them on says the world's worst burger. Hang it up. People don't see like I kind of want to try it. Like how bad is it?
Yeah, you have to like try it to know how bad it is. It's like overcooking I would say octopus, like overcooking and like having.
You've eaten octopus?
Yeah.
I've never had an octopus before.
Man, you're gonna have to go to like Festival Foods or.
Festival Foods. Do you know where we are?
Yeah, don't you have Festival Foods here?
No one has Festival Foods.
What do you have here? Do you have Walmart?
This is not the Valley. We barely have a Walmart. Yeah, there's Walmart here, but hardly.
Okay, what's your grocery store?
Target.
What? Target has a grocery store?
Yes.
No.
Briar, this is not Shitville. We don't just have the same old things here. This is why it's good that you leave the valley every once in a while. You should go to other cities in America for a little bit.
Yeah. Been to New York.
You haven't?
No, I've been.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I've been there a couple times. Tell me about what you like about it. When'd you go?
Where did I go? The third week in third week in January.
Like this year?
Yeah.
Did I know that you went there?
I think so. I don't know.
What'd you do?
So, we got there. We didn't know. This is my experience. We hopped on a plane to Atlanta from Appleton. We got to Atlanta. Didn't know where we were going to go. Because we were originally going to go to Alabama for a disc golf tournament, but it got canceled. So we were like...
Oh, yeah, I remember this now.
So now where are we going to go? I'm like, let's go to New York. Just out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have anything planned. Just said, roll the dice. Fuck it. Let's go. Got to New York. We booked this hotel on points, so we didn't pay for the hotel. Well, our room was on the corner of Times Square.
Wait, you booked it on point?
Yeah, on points.
Points, okay.
So we used points.
Describe what you mean by that. Not everyone
like
has points.
airline mile points. Like you can use points to pay for like flights. You can use points to pay for hotels and stuff like that. It's kind of like a reward. Like, you know, when you don't have Quick Trips here, do you?
No, yeah, we have Quick Trip here.
You have Quick Trip here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you go to like a gas station, you can get rewards for buying gas and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is for a credit card. So you use points for the hotel, and it's free. You just pay like the cleaning service fee and stuff like
Nice.
that. I think.
Oh, roomies are home. Let me pause this 1 second. I'm going to shut the door quick.
All right.
Okay, we're back. Okay. All right, keep going.
So we booked the hotel, and we were expecting like some random hotel spot or room in the hotel, whatever they had open. But no, they give us this awesome corner ass room. So your whole view is of Times Square.
Nice.
And just buildings, and it was the coolest thing ever. So then walked around about like 11 o'clock at night. Because, you know, the time difference is about an hour, so you're not really tired. So you walked around to Times Square, and the street performers were pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, it's not like it matters. New Yorkers are awake, like, 24/7.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
matter what time. Doesn't even...
We were walking around at, like, 1:45 in the morning, and we were like, oh, shit, here's the fire department. They were up doing nothing. They're just sitting on their phones.
Yep, just chilling.
Just chilling.
Yep.
And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's New York.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else to do. What's he gonna do?
So, and then we went to bed, woke up. We went to the museum we took the train, I should say, to see where, to Central Park, and we walked into this museum and we found out that's where the Night of the Museum was filmed.
Nice.
Nothing from that movie looks like that.
What do you mean?
Like the whole entrance thing, where the big dinosaur is, there's no big dinosaur in there.
Yeah, they staged it for that movie.
Yeah. But I don't know how they would fit it in there.
What do you mean?
Like, the front entrance was small.
Probably piece by piece.
Oh, no. But the only one thing that...
CGI.
What?
Or CGI.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed. I was really disappointed. But then, the only thing that I really thought was kind of identical was the tomb from, like, Dum Dum Gimme Gum Gum.
Yep.
The Stonehead.
Yeah.
That dude. That's the only thing I thought was pretty cool. And then, did you know that in, like, Central Park, there's actually a castle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that.
You know, in Central Park, there's also something from Egypt.
What?
Yeah.
What?
The Cleopatra's scepter is in Central Park.
Where?
Like, smack dab in the middle of it. We stole that shit in, like, 1890. You didn't know about it? I just talked about this on my last podcast, too, but... Yeah, and, like, we figured... When we found all that shit in Egypt and they were excavating all of it, the Americans went over there and dug up an entire obelisk, and they named it Cleopatra's Spectre, and they laid it down and put it on a big barge and shipped it over here, and then rolled it into Central Park, and that's where it is still. You could never get away with that shit today.
I'm gonna have to go back.
But
and
that's
look
for
at
real.
this.
Yeah, you can. It's like got also straight out of Egypt, right in the middle of Central Park.
Hell?
It's fucking hilarious.
What?
You would never get away with that anymore. There's no way you could be like, yeah, we're just gonna go up and just take this. You're gonna do what? No, you're fucking not. There's no way that.
How didn't they stop us?
Stop what?
From us doing that.
What do you mean? It's the fucking. It wasn't 2020 back then.
Oh, that's true.
You have to remember the date. Black people weren't even people yet. That was the time we were in. Like, you have to remember the times. Like, you could do whatever the fuck you wanted. If you were like a white colonized area, you could just go anywhere in Africa and take whatever the fuck you want. Like, Napoleon found the Egyptian shit, and Egypt was like, that's still ours, and Napoleon's like, nope, it's actually mine. Even though it's in your country, it's actually mine.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so.
Damn. That's like a parent.
Welcome back.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I had the door show with the on air on there.
Doesn't actually mean anything.
Well, it did. It did, and then I never took it down.
When it's on the door all the time,
What are you trying to do?
I'll just see what you guys are doing.
Oh, you trying to eat still?
We're gonna grill out in like an hour and a half or so.
Dope. Cool.
How long you here?
I'm not sure. I have to go back to the airport.
Yeah, when?
I don't know.
Later. Got it.
Yeah, later.
That was Bray making a surprise entrance.
Special guest.
He makes an entrance every fucking show. He always says he doesn't want to be on the show, but he'll pop in like literally every single episode.
Dude,
He'll pop
he's
in.
hinting at you. Dude, you should do one with him, like what it's like to live
I've
with
been
you.
trying to fucking do one with him. He doesn't want to be on the goddamn show.
Damn.
I fucking know. You're telling me. Everyone knows his voice. Everyone hears him. He's been on the camera before. Everyone knows who he is. He just doesn't want to be on the show. It's like, dude, you're already out there.
You gotta force him.
All my fans already know who you are. Like, it's too late.
Right.
It's too late. You're out there.
No, but what I was saying, like when you said like Napoleon said that's mine,
Mhm.
kind of reminded me as like a parent. Like, no, you can't have that because I have it.
What do you mean?
Like a parent just like telling their kid, no, you can't have something, even though
Yeah, it's a
already
little
theirs.
different. I mean, remember you're 19, so you still live at home too. So it's
Sometimes.
way different.
Sometimes.
Where do you live? Where's your permanent address?
School.
No, you
Yeah,
live
dude.
at home. Stop. It's not a problem to live at home while you're still in school. Not to put on the front like you're.
No. Like I'm just never home. I think
no one's
my
ever home.
parents would vouch for that.
No one's ever home. That's America. We don't go home anymore. We just live at work, and we come home to sleep, and then we go back. And that's what we do. We work a lot to get all the cool shit that we have at our house, but we're never at home to use it because we're at work to
True.
have the cool shit.
True.
Yep. Welcome. That's what we do.
So, do you know what the number one like job is to have in Amsterdam?
Bartender.
It is
Yep.
bartender or waitress.
Yep.
And they pay like €10.
You're trying to. You're talking to my family's from there, my nigga. My family's from there.
Well, okay, fair enough.
So,
What's the difference between a cafe and a coffee shop?
a cafe and a coffee shop?
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Probably you could eat at a cafe and you can only get coffee at the coffee shop.
No. So, well, there's coffee shop and cafe. A cafe, you can get coffee, and a coffee shop. Or no, coffee shop you can get coffee, and the cafe you get like marijuana.
I want to go out to cafes. I don't drink anymore.
Yeah, that's really surprising. So, well, there's a lot of them that's
Wow,
like
it's never really.
coffee shop and cafe shop. So you have to be careful with that.
Is that all there is? Just coffee shops and cafes down there?
No, there's a red light district,
Well, of course it's the red light district.
and there's a lot of like waterfront with bikes. There's a shit ton of bikes.
The red light district's like fucking gross.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. Like they're just
Yeah.
on the corner, and you're like, oh, it's got like C-section marks. Ugh, like.
Dude,
Not to shit on C-section. If you got to get one, that's great. But also don't stand on the corner. Like, you just don't stand on the corner, you know? Just don't do that.
They stand in windows.
Yeah, that sometimes.
I don't know.
If you
So-
talk to the right people, they'll get you in contact with a better area of town.
Like, So there's people standing in windows,
Mhm.
basically naked, and then you look in the window next to it. There's like family eating dinner.
Yep.
Totally like not even thinking about it. Like
Yep.
eating dinner with kids,
Yep.
and they're not fazed by it. They're like,
Yeah,
whatever.
but because everything's normal over there. Like, there's no shame on being naked. There's no shame on smoking weed. There's no shame in any of that shit. So, like, they don't have problems because their culture isn't pointing fingers at each other all the time.
It's totally different.
Everyone over there's cool with each other. They're like, "What you doing? Okay, yeah, I'm over here eating. But if you want to be over there doing that, that's fine. I don't care."
No one's judgmental either. It's crazy.
Nobody cares about. It's too small of a place. If everyone started judging each other, they'd be at each other's throats all the time.
Right.
You know, here in America, we've got sea to fucking shining sea. If we want to just become enemies with anyone, we can just pick up and move anywhere we want.
Right.
So many places to move to.
I think my favorite thing that we did was just walk around by like Anne Frank's house, because that's where like a lot of residential is.
Yep.
And we ate at a diner there that, you know, like when you go here, you go to like a family diner. That's what that was. It's kind of like a family diner, so it's authentic.
Nice.
We got like Dutch pancakes, and it was pretty good.
Dutch pancakes?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
You know, here they're all fluffy and stuff.
They're
It's
really
flat.
dense.
It's like a crepe.
Really dense.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like church bread.
I wouldn't put it that. Yeah, that's pretty,
I like church bread. I'll put my foot down. I'll say it. I like that shit.
I like the wine part.
Oh, we never got wine. We always had to have juice. My church, we aren't Catholics.
Oh,
What?
Catholics.
Yeah. You're Lutheran, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. So at least you're not. You got that going for you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Fargo priest who just came out with a doctrine saying he doesn't feel remorseful for what he did to those kids.
It's like, you're kind of a big piece of shit, dude.
What?
Imagine saying that. Like, I'm a man of God, therefore I don't feel bad. Wait, what? Wait, what?
That doesn't
What?
make
Hold
sense.
on,
That
hold on.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, welcome to America. People just say shit nowadays. Even if it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, yeah, well, you have to accept it because I'm me. And I'm a person, and I have a parrot for a haircut.
I think so when we went to New York, right? Jump back on the whole New York thing. We were like, there's not much to do, so we checked the flights to see what was out of New York. So we took a flight. We weren't even in New York for like 24 hours. We got there at like 10 o'clock at night, and we left at like 6.
Mm-hmm.
And we took a flight from JFK all the way to Phoenix. And we got to Phoenix at midnight, went to bed, woke up, played some disc golf, because it was like
Nice.
60 degrees, so it was like perfect weather, and then we flew home.
Nice. It's like 60 degrees out today here
Yeah.
in Minneapolis.
It's warmer here now than it was in Amsterdam.
Yeah, well, you're also on an island up in the Netherlands. You got a lot of ocean freezing. Here we're in the Midwest, just landlocked, just nothing going on around us.
Yeah, I wore shorts all weekend. That was a big mistake.
Why?
Because during the day it was nice, but at night,
Cold.
I froze my legs off so
Yeah.
bad. But it was cool.
How much do you walk?
I think I walked... First day we walked 9 miles. Second day we walked 8 miles.
It's a big walking area. No one has cars.
Oh yeah, if you have a car, you live outside of Amsterdam.
Yeah, you have to
And you
like
drive in.
drive home.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people have bikes. Crap ton of bikes. There's more bikes than there is cars.
Yeah, not here. Not in the old US of A.
No. That, and they don't pay for, like, you know how we pay per gallon here?
Yep.
They pay per liter.
Yep, and it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like $1.43 per liter.
Yep.
But when people get sick of their bikes, they throw them into the canals.
Yep. Just rip it over the bridge.
Yeah, they just screw it, throw it in there.
It's weird.
Yeah. I felt like I was lied to in what was that? High school? In elementary school?
But what?
Anne Frank's house.
Why?
Because they make it to seem like it's a little closet, but it was a whole bookshelf that moves. That and like the pictures of her house don't look anything like it.
Yeah, well, they weren't really pictures either. They're like artist renditions of it.
Yeah. It's not like you would think.
Well, what was it like?
It was a hard time figuring out which house was hers. Because it's all like apartment styled.
Talk about Anne Frank, who that was.
Anne Frank she was known after she died. It goes all the way back to the Holocaust, and they found her diary. Found out by a local, the police were snitching on the Jews.
Yep.
And then the Nazis would come in, take them. Well,
which is why my family left the Netherlands, by the way, because of that shit.
And now they're back.
Yeah, some went back.
Some, right? But so when the Nazis they knocked on their door. Her dad put everybody into this room, and Anne Frank wrote a diary. Well, when her dad came back, he went to Auschwitz, the camp. When he came back, he opened the door and everybody was dead. Can you imagine that?
They were still in there?
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Putting your family in there to keep them safe, and then you're the only one that goes to the camp, and you come back after surviving the camp,
but your family's dead.
Everybody's gone.
Yep.
Like, that sucks.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, but the diary just basically wrote
what it was
like living in that shit.
Yeah, and she became famous after that.
Yeah, wouldn't be fun.
No. I mean, I feel so bad for her dad.
I mean, the Holocaust was just a shit time. I mean, that's what happens when racists think they're better than other races. It happens today all the time. You know how many times I hear, like, if you don't like it, you can go back to where you came from, as if it's like they're a second-class citizen, as if they aren't American enough to be here. Like, we're American because we're born here. You're not as American as me because you're not. Like, shut the fuck up.
Even though they had to pass a test.
Right, they're probably more American than your bitch ass. They know more about this country than you did. They got these... Yeah, no, it drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah,
that type
for
of
sure.
shit. Anyway, but yeah, it's just little things like that start causing the momentum towards bad events. And then the Holocaust happens.
So, like, with the Germans not having any place of being there, right? But the police were snitching on their own people.
Yep.
That's why they're not fond of police now.
It's because they were paid off to do it. That's why there's really no cops, because no one trusts them. So there's really none. The police themselves are a good group of people. They don't need that many cops. There's some police if you need them, but they're not walking around. Excuse me, sir. Do you have marijuana in your system? We need to put you in a dog kennel for that.
They don't really have jails. They don't.
No, there's
I didn't see
one jail in the entire fucking island.
I didn't see one cop car. I saw one motorcycle.
Dude, there was a police shooting like last year, and the entire country mourned it for like. There's like anniversaries of it. Like, oh my god, remember that time when that cop shot someone? Holy shit! Like that's what it's like over there when a cop shoots someone. Here it's like that cop needed to. He needed to defend himself. You fucking idiot! What are you? And of course. Yes, there are times, and like I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times, it's a very tough job. I have to be careful what I say, because like thousands of people download it and go, and then my Twitter blows up.
No, I mean, there's some good cops, but like...
Here's the deal, man. There's good cops, there's bad cops, but you have to realize that to be a cop, you gotta be like, it's almost like you've gotta be so fucking... If you have a job opening... And it's like, well, this is the only guy that applied. Even though it's like, well, if he's not good, don't fucking hire him. Just be a man down until someone else applies. But that's not really how it goes. It's kind of like a career field these days. Like, well, it is a career field. You get retirement pensions and all this other shit. It's like a full-on career to be a person that puts other people in jail.
Yeah. In
America, at least.
So kind of going off topic from, like, Amsterdam and it, so when I went to Guatemala...
Mm-hmm.
That was the real eye-opener of how different it is around the world. I made a post on it on my travel page on Instagram about how much people here are needy.
Very.
So you go down there, they don't have anything, right? They live in cornstalk houses, but you know what? You go there to help them out, and... they want to buy you anything, and they only make, like...
10 cents a fucking day, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
That's why I haven't drank at Starbucks since then. Because they pay their workers that work on the side of a mountain picking coffee grain or coffee
Yep.
beans by hand. They pay them like 10 cents a day
Mm-hmm.
for Starbucks coffee.
Yep.
And they go ahead and they sell that cup for, what, $5?
Starbucks, like, recently, by the way, they're a billion-dollar corporation, and they recently just decided that their employees can have paid sick leave. It's like, okay, so it took them this long to realize that sick people shouldn't be at work making your fucking drinks. Like, what? Yeah, no, Starbucks can go fuck themselves.
What if, like...
I've been saying that for a while.
Like, what about the people that, like their family, they make 10 cents a day, and they're working, like, 12-hour days on the side of a mountain that's, like, a 45-degree pitch, if not more.
Yeah.
And they come home, and they do it day after day.
Mm-hmm. That's all they have.
But they're the most grateful people I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, like, sitting here, freaking 10-year-old's mad because he didn't get the right Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted a black one. No, he got a white one. That's just, like, what?
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of people in America now that need to get the fuck out of here for a minute to go see everything else and then come back and just to be a little more grateful for what they have.
And that's why
for sure.
That's why I like traveling, because it's different. You get to see everything. You get to
Mm-hmm.
see the world. I mean, I learned more through traveling than I did in school.
Yeah.
And I will stand by that, because you get to see it firsthand.
I mean, the public school system can be done by Google. You don't need...
True.
You can Google all of your classes. People do. I don't know a single student anymore that doesn't use Google for all their classes. If you can search for it, you don't need them to fucking sit you down all the time. You
Right.
can do it yourself, yeah. Yeah, I know.
But I learned more Spanish there in 10 days than I have for 2 years of Spanish.
Where?
In Guatemala.
In Guatemala, yeah. Yeah, when you're in it, when you're submerged in it. Tell me more about Guatemala. Why'd you go there?
So I went to Guatemala in like 2015, or yeah, so it'll be almost 5 years since I went. We built 2 houses for families in need.
Nice.
Through church, and I take the church experiences and learn from it. So they lived in cornstalk houses with sheet metal roofs, and so we went down there, built 2 houses out of cinder blocks and concrete for
Nice.
them, and we got to tour their school and stuff like that. So when they get a new house, they get free education, and they teach them English and stuff like that.
Nice.
So it's a way of giving back.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Is it a state-run school, or is it like a cafe, or like a church-run school, or what is it?
Church.
Okay. Your church runs it?
What?
Is your
No,
church
no,
run
we
it?
just went down there. It's like a non-profit organization. It's called Houses to Homes.
Oh, okay.
You can look it up. The founder was actually from New York. He was American. He actually passed away. But it's a non-profit organization, and they put the kids through school when they give them a new house, get them an education to help them grow.
Okay.
Instead of being stuck. It's a third world country. You're either really poor or you're really rich. There's very, very little in between.
Nice.
So you could have like a lower
Well, not nice, but
yeah,
I hear what you're saying. That's what
you
I
could have like a lower income here and be high middle class there. So like we went to a 5-star restaurant, and it costed like $4 to $5 US.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
For a 5-course meal.
Damn.
Yeah, and there was like big.
Did you tip them anything?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Jesus.
Yeah.
$5. I'd have given that dude like a 10. Be like, here, keep everything. Literally, keep it all. 100% tip. There you go.
That's crazy. But they put them through school, they teach them English, and then they try to help them get better jobs so they can grow more.
Yeah, they have a more developed life.
Yeah. Trying to give them a second chance.
Yep.
Because they didn't really get a first one.
No, of course not. Kind of dealt a shitty hand of cards there.
Yeah, we went down there through the like processions,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool. So you have all these like really, really poor people, and they'll spend weeks of their salary, like their money that they earn, and they'll buy like sawdust and grass and stuff, and they'll lay it down in the streets, and then the procession will walk over it, and then they sweep it up and throw it away.
The procession?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
So it's like about like the commandments of Christ's crucifixion and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So when they come through, they have like the 12 stations
Okay.
that he went through. So it's religious.
They
They're really,
reenact
really
it, basically?
yeah.
Okay.
So they
That's a lot of fucking money.
yeah, and they design them and everything.
Damn. That's a lot of money. Yeah, see, that's the one thing. I don't know a whole lot of Americans that'd be willing to spend even like $4 on sawdust to throw on the road just to sweep it back up.
Right. That, and when we were down there, they tried buying us like Coke and stuff, tried buying us bread and stuff from their own money. That
it's almost nothing.
Yeah.
Compared to the world. I don't think people in America get it. I mean, our poverty line is 32 times higher than the world poverty line. That's where we just consider poverty. It's 32 times higher than actual poverty.
Right.
So, and poverty is still, I mean, don't get me wrong, poverty in the United States is still fucking bad. We are the United States. We spend $750 billion a year on military. We could probably take care of our homeless people a little bit, seeing as though we have more empty homes than we have homeless people. But hey, what do I know?
Right, and that's why I really didn't see any homeless people.
No, they take care of them over there.
Anywhere I went.
No, they take care of them.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I may have seen like one or two this weekend, but that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was about it. But when I went to LA, oh my
Tent
gosh,
City.
you have to be careful where you freaking step, because you don't know if you're gonna step in like human feces.
Yeah, LA is a pretty crazy place. That was somewhere I was gonna move to, and then I went there and I was like, oh, I don't know about this.
Dude, like $1,000, if not more, for a studio.
I know. My studio was $1,450 a month.
Dude, that's like crazy.
Yep, $1,450.
It's
This whole
unbelievable.
place is like that. Like, it's just crazy.
Right, the cost of living is just outrageous.
Yep.
But I'm trying to think. The coolest place I've been in the U.S. is probably either Alaska or San Antonio for the Alamo.
Yeah, the Alamo is a cool place to go visit.
It's crazy. I also was in Dallas where JFK got assassinated.
Yep.
That was pretty eye-opening. I won't say cool because like that's not cool to see where a president got shot, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of different things that were said, but when you go there, it's like how.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm always looking for somewhere.
There's too many people down around that area that are trying to, like, for $20, I'll tell you what actually happened. It's like, no, I'm not going to pay you $20 to fucking hear what you read off Google.
Right. Google's got the answer for everything.
People do that all the time. This is the grassy knoll right up here. Yeah, I know. I saw pictures.
What I did notice is, like, their Google in Amsterdam is totally different.
What do you mean?
It's not the same. Like, their internet system's just different. I don't know. You can Google certain things, but you can't Google, like, I tried booking my flight and I couldn't find it on their Wi-Fi. I had to go off of Wi-Fi to book it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They block some things?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of countries that block some shit.
I was like,
Google just pulled out of China saying we're not even going to deal with you anymore because they wanted to censor so much of it that they were just like, no, we're not doing it.
so there's no Google?
No, there's no Google in North Korea and there's no Google in China because North Korea doesn't have internet. North Korea has intranet. They have their own version called the Pyongnet or some shit. And, like, it's all just, like, their own social media, their own everything in North Korea. It's their own little prison.
What do you think it's like to live there?
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. No one has food. Everyone dies. It's terrible.
Huh.
Everyone that's gotten in, people that, like, ran away from North Korea and then got shot at trying to leave and then told their story. It's terrible. It's not good.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something. So if you go to South Korea, there's a 45-minute drive to, like, the border, and you can take this tour, and you can, like, look into North Korea.
Yep.
And then you can sign a waiver saying if anything happens, it's on you. You can't sue them. But you can walk into a demilitarized zone.
Yeah, the DMZ. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can just take your picture of being in North Korea, and you don't sign your passport or anything because you're in the DMZ zone, so they can't really do anything.
Yep.
And you can walk back. I'm like, whoa.
Yep.
But would I trust it? Probably not.
No.
No.
Get a rounds through your fucking back. Like, not trying. I don't care. It's just North Korea is too fucking psycho.
Yeah, I don't. I want to go to Vietnam, though. Vietnam would be
Vietnam's
pretty cool.
That's probably the only place that we've fucking torn apart with war that's been like, you know what, we'll forgive you guys. That's like the only place that's done it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I saw this movie recently. I'm trying to think of what the movie was. It's about the Vietnam vet who just got the Congressional Medal of Honor, the Air Force parajumper guy. I'm trying to remember his name. Fuck, this is terrible. But whatever the movie was, I just saw it. And it was. They shot it over in Vietnam and like took scenes and like they have. It's fucking gorgeous over there.
Dang. That much might have a buddy over there right now that's in the military. And I want to go. It's just hard to get to.
Yeah, very hard. Alright, bud, let's wrap this up. I'm getting fucking hungry.
Alright.
Alright, where can I find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Briar, BRIAR, H_travels.
Is that it? Just Briar H Travels?
Briar H Travels on Instagram.
Alright, sounds good. We'll see you later, buddy.
See ya.